Hey book friends, it's Kira with Bookstaglamkira, and better late than never, I am here with my Q2 reading wrap up. And I read a total of 26 books over April, May, and June, and I was pretty consistent with my books read with the breakdown per month. So in April, I read 9 books. In May, I read 9 books, and in June, I read 8. So again, I've kind of found a rhythm. I will say we just wrapped up July, and I had an outstanding July reading month. So more to come on that in Q3 wrap up. Anywho, looking at what I read or kind of the format in which I read these 26 books, I read 10 ebooks, 6 physical books, and 10 audiobooks. Again, as I shared in Q1, that's pretty consistent for me. A lot of my arcs from publishers are going to be e-arcs, and so that's why that number's a little bit high. And then I listen to audio because I do have a full-time office job, so listening to a lot of audiobooks when I have more monotonous tasks where I can pay attention and multitask. And then the ways in which I acquired these books, I either owned or I published, just kidding, owned or purchased 10 of these books. And if we take a look at this, again, we're talking about April, May, and June. I had a lot of pre-orders in this month just because we had a lot of repeat authors coming out with new books. That's really the time of year that all those tend to come out. So that is probably why that's a lot larger. And then we go to the next number, which is 3 for the library. In addition to just wanting to own repeat authors, new release books, I also caught myself where I was picking up books from the library and I would sit them down and I'd be like, oh, I can get to it later, I can get to it later. And then before I know it, it was due. And so I was more vibing with my pre-orders and my arcs. And so I unfortunately was not supporting the library as much as I would want to. And then the last number, I acquired 13 from the publisher. So I'm really on a roll with NetGalley and just getting those advanced reader copies. And I really do try to stay up with them. So there were quite a few that I thank you publishers got approved for. And so like I said, this shouldn't be a surprise. Repeat authors, much larger than new to me authors, repeat authors of 17 versus new to me of 9, and that's just because of the time of year. I fully anticipate to see more new authors in Q3 and Q4. My average star rating, which I don't have a graphic for this, is a 3.84, which again is pretty consistent for me. I will say I've kind of gotten into this slump lately. And I'm just I feel like I'm just handing out 3 stars like they're candy. So not getting as many 5 stars now as I was seeing in the beginning of the year. I won't say any Q2 favorites because I feel like I covered them a lot in my other videos, but I will just say historical fiction is rocking it for me right now. All the feels, I just keep finding more and more historical fiction that I truly enjoy. I actually read one last month that you'll hear about in my reading wrap up for July, and that is Ellen Marie Wiseman's new historical fiction, The Lies They Told, and it just, yeah, I'm still thinking about it. So more to come on that, but I feel like I'm just consistently finding these awesome historical fiction books this year. And then least favorites, again, just because of where I'm at right now, I feel like I'm DNFing, but not because it's a bad book, it just wasn't the right time. So all these library books or audiobooks from Libby, it just wasn't the right time. So again, I'll share more specifics in my reading wrap-ups. I also just wanted to talk just random bookish chit chat with you guys about some things that I've been doing or thinking about lately. One of them is just reflecting on where I'm at for my reading goal for 2025. And so again, I'm speaking on behalf of where I'm at right now, and it's the beginning of August. So as of today, I've read 63 books with a goal of 110 books. To give you an idea, I generally finish around the high 90s, the 100 mark, so this would be a stretch for me. And I don't know about you guys, I mean, tell me if this is the case for you, but I get to a point where sometimes towards this time of year or into the fall, I'm getting more fixated on the goal than on the actual experience of reading and enjoying the reading that I'm doing. And I don't want to get to that point. So I say it's a goal of 110. Is it reachable? Absolutely. I think I would need to read like 9 to 10 books a month for the rest of the year in order to get there, and I tend to average 8 to 9. I'm also picking up some shorter books. Like I gave essays a try this past month. I was picking up some of the short stories from Kindle Unlimited, but I don't want to get fixated on the number. So doing good, doing fine, but I'm okay if I miss that goal. So let me know where you're at. Let me know if you've already hit your goal, if you're just kind of here for the ride, or how things are going in your reading goal life. So the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about, I actually came across on Books and Lala with Kayla. She recently did a video where she tried out their like book recommendation subscriptions. She had talked, I think, about 3. I decided to try out 1 just for fun. I'm not planning on kind of continuing it throughout the year, but I just thought going into fall it might be fun to try a different way of getting recommendations. And so the one that I went with, it's shortened to TBR, but it's called Tailored Book Recommendations. And so they have some different packages. You can do pay the package where you get 3 book recommendations and also have the option of getting the books, or you can just pay for the recommendations. I know to some people that sounds weird, especially non-bookish people, but like I said, I just kind of this is a fun thing. I just wanted to try it out. So I'm just doing the book recommendations, and it was really straightforward. They had like a short questionnaire that I filled out about my my interests, right? My genre preferences, recent books that I enjoyed and why, what I don't enjoy, what I'm looking for in my reading. And so I probably did it in less than 5 minutes. It was really fast. I'm not sure on the turnaround time, but again, I'm not in any rush, so I'd rather they take their time and really give me good recommendations than to rush. I did get a follow-up email a couple days after I filled it out, and they had added a few more questions for me to answer. And I think it's probably because I'm a new customer, so they're still trying to gauge my interest and really pinpoint what they're going to recommend to me, which I am definitely all over the place if you ask me. Anywhere from historical fiction, rom-com, thriller, suspense, cozy, fantasy, mystery, you name it. So more to come on that. Certainly go check it out for yourself and see if that's something you want to try out, and let me know if you try it. And then the last thing that I'm trying to do, trying is the key word here, going into fall, obviously, as we've seen, beginning of the year, Q1, Q2, that's really when we see a lot of like anticipated new releases coming out. And so it's just a lot of FOMO happening, and you just have to read everything that's coming out right away. I would really like to read my TBR and get my TBR shelves emptied. It's gotten to the point where I don't even know how many I have. I got to a point last year where I only had 20 on my shelf, and it has gotten way beyond that. And so I've set a personal goal for myself where I want to read 5 books off my TBR shelves before I buy a new one. Obviously, there are stipulations and other things that might not be affected. Like if I get, I have a Barnes & Noble credit card, and so I get gift cards as rewards, and to me that's a free book, right? Like book math, it's free book. But in the short period of time that I've been doing this, I've been doing this for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, I'm really feeling it. It's like, wow, I don't realize how much I read books in other ways other than my shelves. Either if it's from the publisher, which I'm not counting, I'm counting books that I actually went out and bought. Or if I get them from the library, that obviously doesn't count either. And so I've only read 2 so far. I had to decline my book of the month this month. I had to turn down a book shopping trip a couple days ago because I didn't want to tempt myself. And so we'll see. We'll see if I can do this, but I figure fall is the best option. I'd love to hear if you guys are gonna try this, if this has inspired you to do this along with me. I'd love to hear, or if you're already doing it, would love some encouraging thoughts through this. So that's what I've got. That's what I've been thinking about lately. I hope you're all doing well, and let me know what you're reading.